Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at the finish line. How to keep yourself motivated when the finish line is in sight. In case you haven't noticed, I am uploading this nearing the end of NaNoWriMo. It is like 2-3 days left. The finish line has been in sight for a while now, and it can be a very strange time. I found that there are two modes when it comes to seeing the finish line, not just for NaNoWriMo, but for Camp NaNoWriMos or any other deadlines you've given yourself. There are two modes. There is either the I can see the finish line, I'm almost there, I can chill, I can relax a little bit now, I can take it easy because finish lines are already here, I'm almost done, it's all good. Or you have the I can see the finish line, it is almost done, it's almost over, I need to go into overdrive mode right now. I admit I have done both. Sometimes within a few days of each other, sometimes within a few hours of each other, sometimes I'll just be sitting there like, yeah, I think I'm doing well. I've been doing well. The finish line's in sight, I've only got a few more days left, I'm good. And then the next hour, what do I mean I'm doing good? I could do better, I could do so much better, because I missed this one day, so I need to make up for that. Oh my god, power through and burn out mode. It is insane. It is insane. But there are ways to keep yourself motivated and things that you need to keep in mind when a finish line is in sight, because it is so easy to fall into one of the two extremes, and both can be a trap. If you take things easy, then you find that you'll have some regrets because you didn't push yourself as much as you could have. But then on the other end, you could push yourself so hard that you end up burning out, and the writing hangover at the end is just going to be so much worse and last like 10 times as long, and that is not what you want either. So one of the things to keep in mind is keep the pace. If you've been, slowly working your way through it and only doing a certain amount of words a day, keep doing that. By all means, still try and push yourself. Occasionally you'll find that you smash your target, or you end up doing like 5,000 words in a day, which is amazing, but never try and push yourself too hard, especially when you're almost done, because it feels more forced that way. Keep the pace. If you've been doing really well, then this is clearly a pace that works for you, and you need to maintain it in order to keep your stride, keep your rhythm. Therefore, nothing ever feels too rushed, but it never feels too sluggish either. If you've been smashing your targets every day, then by all means keep doing what you're doing, because clearly it's working for you. On the other end of the scale, if you're not doing so well and you're feeling like you haven't been hitting your targets as much as you wanted to, that things are just really getting complicated inside your mind, then still keep the pace, because you have been writing, you have been putting some kind of word count down, you have been making some kind of progress. And if you feel like you could have done better or you could have done more, then that's not a healthy mindset. I mean, granted that, well, this is just me being a complete hypocrite right now, because I've said that so many times during this NaNoWriMo in my vlogs. Oh, I could have done more, I could have done this, I could have done that. But at the end of the day, you need to find a pace that works for you. If you're at the finish line and you've been working at this pace and things haven't been great, but you've been getting stuff down, then still keep at it. Keep that pace. Is the term keep the pace starting to lose all meaning yet? Likewise, when it comes to a finish line, when that wonderful golden gates of this is almost over really start coming into view, this is a good time to look over your goals. Look over everything that you planned to do when you started this task and how it's worked out for you, how it hasn't. Just take a good look. This is a good time to evaluate. And I like that word, evaluate. It sounds a little bit too technical, but evaluate is a good way of putting it, because you are looking back at your progress compared to your goals. For example, if you only wanted to do the 50,000 words for Nano and you found that you achieved that really quickly, then this is a good time to look back and be like, okay, I did this way faster than I thought. Therefore, my goals now need to be altered. Do I want to stop at 50,000 or do I want to keep on going? And do I want to alter my target to see just how far I can push it? Did this approach work for me? Did this not work for me? Were my goals unrealistic? Were my goals too simple? Did I have too many? Did I bite off more than I could chew? There are so many questions you could ask yourself, and you need to answer them honestly, because in that final stretch, it is just going to give you that good little push that you need. Changing your goals and changing your aims is nothing to be ashamed of. That is something you need to keep in mind. I mean, at the beginning of 2020, I had so many goals and so many aims, and like 2 months ago, I made a video where I reevaluated my goals and changed them, because this year just went out the window and went rolling into heavy traffic for everybody. I don't think anyone's goals really got achieved this year, and if they have, maybe they didn't get achieved in the way that we all expected them to. So if you look back at it and think, yeah, these were my goals and I've achieved them, maybe it's time to make some new goals. That is great, that is fine, that is showing just how much progress you've made and you should be proud of yourself. Likewise, if you look at it and think, okay, these are my goals and I didn't achieve a lot of them, if any of them, and things do need to change and I need to set myself smaller, more realistic goals so I can feel like I'm actually making progress, then that is great too, because that is acknowledging that things are not working for you, and that is having the backbone to actually stand up to make a change. And that is not an easy thing to do. As a stubborn cow, just like my star sign, Taurus, as a stubborn cow, reevaluating your goals and admitting this is not working for me, I need a change, is a bloody hard thing to do, but there is no shame in it, especially when you are getting so close to a finish line and you realise this ain't working for me, something needs to change so that I can make these last few days count. That is good. No matter which end you're on, it is always a good thing to keep in mind. Evaluate. Another thing that you should probably consider doing when a finish line's in sight is celebrate. Evaluate to celebrate. You did a thing. You actually did a thing, and it's an amazing thing, and it's a thing that is going to kickstart your career, or it's going to build your confidence, or it's going to open doors for you. It's a thing that you should be proud of. And even if you didn't quite do the thing you set out to do, you still started the thing. You started it, and that sometimes starting it is the hardest damn thing to do. So whether you did the thing, doing the thing, planning to do the thing, or you started the thing is still done, and the thing is worth celebrating. You are worth celebrating. At the end of the day, you still took part in something. You still set out to do something. And that in itself is worth celebrating. That is a level of motivation that not a lot of people have, especially in this day and age. So power to you. You should celebrate that, okay? Something else you should really consider when approaching a finish line is not giving up. It can be so easy just to be like, I didn't do as much as I thought, I didn't reach my goals, so I may as well just stop now and try again next year. Please do not do that, because you can really surprise yourself with just how much you can get done when you have this idea in your head of, yeah, the finish line's coming, I might not get my goal, but I'm still gonna do a damn good job to set a bar for myself so that I can beat it next time. And that is just such a wonderful mindset to have. It's a rare mindset to have, but it's a good one to try and adopt, and that does come with practice, but I will try and make another video about that at some point. But you should never ever give up, whether you achieved it and you think I can chill, or whether you haven't achieved it and you're stressing. You should not give up. You should always try to, not burn yourself out, but still keep that pace in order to set a bar for yourself, so then you know just what you're capable of, so the next time something like this comes around, you know what you're doing. It's a circle. So as well as not giving up, you should keep in mind that the finish line is coming, but that doesn't mean you need to stop writing whatsoever. You don't have to only write for 1 month of the year and not write for any other time during the year. That is just not a realistic mindset to have, and sometimes it can really just ruin your flow. So don't give up, plan to continue, but on that note, as well as planning to continue, plan for a break. As soon as that finish line hits, the next day, so December 1st or whenever your deadline is, for the next day or for the week following, something like that, for a few days after your finish line, plan for a break. Trust me on this one, I reached a finish line and carried on working and pushing myself just as hard, and it led to a good 2 or 3 months of just not being able to write anything apart from reviews, because that was what I was doing once a week. Everything else was just completely kaput. It was the worst version of writing hangover I have ever experienced, and I never want to experience anything like that again. So it is my advice to you that for at least a week after your deadline, plan for a break. Plan on closing that laptop. Plan on putting down that pen and just either evaluating or just chilling, having fun. You do you. Just take that break. Plan ahead now for that break in the future, because when you do finally go back to your writing, you'll find that you just feel so much more refreshed, and that you remember all of the progress you made, and that you can just power through and just get back into the swing of things now because you're feeling refreshed and you had the break. Breaks are not a bad thing, guys, and this is something that I'm still trying to convince myself. Taking a break is not a bad thing. In fact, it can be one of the healthiest things that ever happened to you. So plan now for your break, because the hangover will hit you like a train. And that is all I've got for you for hints and tips and whatever this is of your finish line approaching. There are just so many ways to go about it, and guaranteed I'll probably end up making another video like this at some point, but that's just a few things that came to mind now, and I thought it was a fun video to make, so there we go. The finish line is approaching, and there will be countless other finish lines in the future, but keep the pace, evaluate, celebrate, and plan to take a break, because you achieve something. Whether you think you haven't or you know you have, you still achieved something. You still started something, you still planned for something, you still completed something, you still wrote something down, you still made progress. You are still something to be proud of, and I'm proud of you. I am proud of the things you did this month. I am proud of the projects that you are planning, or the projects that you are writing, or the projects that you are publishing. You name it, I am proud of you because you put your mind to it. Whether or not you achieved your goals or not, the thing is that you still set out to do something, and starting is sometimes the hardest thing, so I'm proud of you. Finish lines can be daunting, but they can also be pretty fun at the same time. You just have to try and find the right mindset, and I am still trying to find that right mindset. These are just a few things that kind of helped me. But yes, good luck to all of you as the finish line approaches for NaNoWriMo 2020, and I hope you are doing well, I hope you're staying safe, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, my scribblers.